So were there any surprises for all of you that you've seen them either from different countries or from different schools, like little surprises during the competition?
Contemporary dancers from South Korea. There's something really special happening in South Korea in the world of contemporary dance. I was blown away by not only the technical execution of a lot of the dancers there, but also the inventiveness of the contemporary language. I feel like I need to go there to visit, to see what dance means there, because for me it's clearly creating its own branch of the dance world, and I think really magical things are happening.
It's a long flight.
It's a long flight, but it's worth it.
I would say though, Valentina, the challenge with contemporary dance is it differs from country to country, state to state, school to school, right? So when we're judging that, it's quite difficult, I'd say, because it's not necessarily an equal playing ground. You know, when you see some who are quite formed in their contemporary vocabulary versus some who are not so formed in whatever that means. I don't think we've defined contemporary dance well enough yet. And so it's hard, in my opinion, to judge it. Whereas in ballet, we know what a Sleeping Beauty variation looks like. We know the steps, we know the vocabulary. It differs a bit for me in how the eye looks at contemporary dance. And I've been in competitions where to even that playing field, everybody's doing the very same solo in the contemporary category. And that's a very different way to look at it.
Is it time to require contemporary repertoire?
It could be. It might be an interesting direction to go in, you know, in one aspect of it, and then there's also a freestyle. Could be interesting.
What choreographers would be in that category?
Oh, there's so many. We could name them. I mean, we could all get together, and I'm sure we'd have a short list of people.
I want to expand on what you just said, Melanie. I think that's a really, really good point. And I think since the field is so varied in contemporary dance, what is it that we value about it? And so the idea of a lower center of gravity, maybe, or is it the overcurve, undercurve, and being able to go to the ground and coming up again with ease. And that is something, you know, that the idea of performing something gymnastic and virtuosic is not necessarily what I would love to see. And of course, you know, hey, that is something that is undefined and needs to be rewarded, I guess. But if there is an aesthetic outlook of what we would like to see as contemporary dance, or what is our value to get artistry across rather than just virtuosity, that might be something to have a choreographer or to supply solos that would give dancers that challenge.
Okay. I just want to say I agree. The contemporary dance it's undefined. Right? It's contemporary. It could really be anything, and it's a wonderful idea, Melanie, to maybe standardize it somehow in terms of judgment or, you know, a critical look at it. Also, the artistry part, it's so individual. So that's another thing that's a little bit different from ballet in terms of what we're looking at and what we're thinking about rewarding, because I also do these competitions where I see, you know, children giving their hearts and souls. And that is one aspect that I think should be valued tremendously, but then how do you compare that, right? So I think it's a great idea to do some kind of standardized thing, and then maybe some kind of improvisation where we really see them come out and be challenged a little bit more than doing a choreography that they've done all year long.
It's very interesting what you just said, because from the very beginning of VKIBC, we had contemporary choreography that senior dancers had to dance, and that we commissioned choreographer to do female solo and another choreographer to do male solo. And it was interesting because they learned from the video, and did explain and even showed what exactly choreographer wanted. And we had this for a while, and then at some point when DUFFY was interested, not DUFFY, but his foundation, of course, to present their works, so we switched to DUFFY neoclassical, because we couldn't handle time speaking to have, for example, mandatory contemporary to see how people move, and mandatory classical or neoclassical. So, but speaking now, that gives me idea to look